You exist in the space between wanting and having, between reaching out and pulling back, between hope and the crushing weight of what you are. Your first memory is a curious Pidgey, tilting its head at your shadowy form. It sees you, truly sees you, and then collapses, lifeless. You don't understand at first, but when it happens again and again, the truth settles in. Your true form is deadly. So you hide. The trauma of that realization doesn't leave. It settles into your bones, into the very essence of what you are. You are not just lonely, you are dangerous. Every instinct to reach out, to connect, to love, is a weapon pointed at anyone who might care about you. You find an old burlap sack, discarded and forgotten, and pull it over yourself like a shroud. The fabric is rough, but when you peer through the crude holes you've torn for eyes, the world doesn't end. A Spearow lands nearby, looks at you with mild curiosity, and flies away alive. For the first time since you became aware of what you are, you can exist in the same space as another living thing without becoming their executioner. The sack is ugly, shapeless, pathetic, but it is salvation. But salvation is not the same as acceptance. You wander, shrouded and safe, but never welcomed. Other Pokémon avoid you, not in terror, but in discomfort. You're no longer a threat, just something to be ignored. You watch from the shadows as others play, share warmth, and belong. The ache in your chest is a constant, gnawing thing. Hunger, but not for food. It's better than being deadly, but it's not enough. The sack that keeps them alive also keeps you alone. You're safe to be around now, but you're still not wanted. You wander for weeks, maybe months, draped in your protective shroud. One night, you find shelter in the ruins of the Thrifty Megamart, a monument to broken dreams and forgotten things. Inside, faded posters line the walls, Pokémon and their trainers, all smiling, all loved. But what catches your eye are the starters: Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, each one accepted, celebrated, wanted. A desperate hope takes root. If you can't be loved as you are, maybe you can be loved as someone else. The Bulbasaur disguise takes you 3 days to construct. You scavenge every corner of the abandoned store, piecing together scraps of green fabric and plastic with trembling hope. When you finally step into the sunlight, you're not Mimikyu. You're a new face, a new chance. You approach a group of grass types, heart pounding. At first, they don't run. But a Heracross mistakes your bulb for food, and in the struggle, your disguise tears. You stare at the shredded costume in disbelief. The world feels sharper, the sack's roughness scraping your skin. You want to scream, but all that escapes is a trembling sigh. Maybe you just need to try harder. The fire-type disguise is harder. Orange fabric is scarce, and crafting a tail flame takes every scrap of creativity you have. You work through the night, desperation sharpening your focus. When you're done, you find a group of fire types basking on sun-warmed rocks, their flames flickering in the morning light. You approach, trying to mimic their confidence, your tail held high. At first, you're greeted with nods and friendly sparks. But as the sun climbs, the heat intensifies. Your costume begins to smolder, the synthetic tail igniting. Panic surges as you frantically try to put out the flames, shadowy limbs betraying your true form. The smell of burnt fabric clings to you. You pace the empty aisles of the Megamart, shadowy limbs twitching with frustration. Anger bubbles up. At the world, at yourself, at the unfairness of it all. Why can't you just be like them? The Squirtle disguise feels like your last hope. You craft a blue shell with extra care, stitching until your shadowy limbs ache. You find a group of water types playing at the edge of a pond, splashing and racing along the shallows. You join them, wading in, and for a moment, you're greeted with friendly chirps and playful nudges. Then a Poliwag challenges you to a swimming race. You hesitate, but the others are already diving in, so you follow. The moment you leave the shallows, you sink. Water floods your costume, dragging you down. You thrash, panic rising, your disguise unraveling as you claw your way to shore. You drag yourself back to the Megamart, waterlogged and numb. The hope that once flickered inside you is now a cold, heavy ache. You let the ruined disguise fall from your hands, too tired to care. Maybe you're not meant to be loved at all. There's one poster left. Pikachu. Beloved, iconic, the face of friendship. If any disguise might work, it's this one. You pour everything into this final attempt. Every scrap of yellow fabric, every bit of skill you've learned. When you step outside the abandoned Megamart, you're not Mimikyu. You're hope, wrapped in yellow. You find a group of Pokémon playing nearby. A Togedemaru, a Stuffle, and a Pancham. Togedemaru spots you first, squeals with delight, and curls into a ball, rolling in circles, unable to control its joy. Pancham grins and waves you over, eager for a new playmate. Even Stuffle, usually wary of strangers, nuzzles your disguise with surprising affection. For the first time, you're welcomed. Later, you wander toward a park at the edge of town. Children spot you, their faces lighting up. Pikachu! They run toward you, arms open, hearts full of joy. You're surrounded by laughter and belonging. But as the day wears on, a hollow ache grows. They love Pikachu. They don't even know you exist. Every smile, every laugh, every gesture of affection is for the costume, not for you. You're more invisible now than ever. During a game of tag, your costume snags on a branch. The fabric tears. Panic floods you. If they see what's underneath, it could be fatal. You scramble to hold the disguise together, but a gentle Audino approaches, patching the fabric with careful, unafraid hands. Audino never looks directly at you, but you feel it. Somehow, it senses the shadow beneath the disguise, and you sense acceptance. You wait for fear, for rejection. Instead, you feel a warmth that has nothing to do with the costume. For the first time, someone sees you and chooses to stay. After Audino helps repair your disguise, you sit quietly, feeling the patched fabric beneath your shadowy limbs. The disguise is still necessary. Without it, you're a danger to everyone. But now, it feels different. It's not just a mask to hide behind. It's a way to reach out, to play, to hope, safely. You keep the Pikachu disguise, not because you have to, but because it lets you connect with the world without putting anyone at risk. It's not a prison, but a bridge. But now, you know something you didn't know before. Authentic connection isn't about becoming someone else. It's about finding those who can see through your masks and care for you anyway. You're Mimikyu. You wear a disguise, not out of shame, but out of love. You seek connection not because you're weak, but because you're brave enough to keep hoping, even after every reason to give up. The disguise stays, but the shame begins to fade. You're not pretending to be Pikachu anymore. You're being yourself, safely wrapped in yellow fabric and the warmth of acceptance. For the first time, that feels like enough.